Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All videos published by Lone Wolf Video are for the precise intent as outlined above. Lone Wolf Videos at ioncitrus.com, where truth prevails. Hey everybody, this is Lone Wolf, and a lot of things going on in the news. And February 16th, Saturday, 213. Definitely some strange occurrences the last couple of days. We had the meteorite hit Russia, hurting about 1,200 people, and then we had the asteroid that went by the Earth, the biggest asteroid going by the Earth since let's see, since ever, actually, ever. There never has been one that passed so close to the Earth. So quite a lot of strange things going on. What does it all mean? Who knows for sure, but we do know for every yin there is a yang, for every action there is a reaction. So let's take a look at this video and see what it has to show about the Russian and Siberia meteor hit.
That remote Russian city hit by a meteorite. The video is extraordinary. I just can't get tired of watching this. Overnight, our reporter arrived on the scene.
That's right. More than 1,000 people were injured from this event, and ABC's Kirat Radia reports now from the city of Chelyabinsk.
Good morning, Bianna and Dan. As you can see, they're already starting to patch up this old Soviet industrial city. But when you talk to the residents here, they still can't believe they just got hit by a giant rock from space. The blast rocked this city. A giant meteor exploding in midair, knocking people to the ground and blowing out windows. In the streets, chaos. Today, residents are still shocked. The destruction is everywhere. An estimated 4,000 buildings damaged, 1 million square feet of glass shattered, and over 1,200 people injured. According to NASA, this was the biggest meteor to hit Earth in over a century, weighing more than the Eiffel Tower. Today, the search is on to find fragments that hit the ground. Divers explore this frozen lake where one of the bigger chunks is thought to have left a big hole in the ice. But in the end, they came up empty-handed. The site has actually become something of a tourist spot for locals, wanting to see it for themselves. And I want to show you guys something. This is the reason that so many people got injured, the broken glass. Many people went to the window to check out that big flash in the sky, and when they got there, the blast came and blew the windows out and sent this glass flying. Dan and Bianna?
Extraordinary. Kirat, thank you. And there are reports this morning that collectors are looking to buy remnants of that meteorite. We'll keep on this story as well.
Okay, did you hear that? As big as the Eiffel Tower. The longest, one, I guess, in 100 years. So, that along with the solar flares that are occurring right now, we live in a precarious time. For every reaction there is for every action there is a reaction. And we also notice that there's a suspicious observers is the handle of someone on YouTube who puts up videos concerning solar flares and how they affect the not only the known not only the known events on Earth, but also the ones that you wouldn't normally expect. The ones such as earthquakes, causing earthquakes. And we'll see if we can find that for you in a few minutes. But we also like to tell you about this headline that M from Canada 1 posted. And it says she got this from beforeitsnews.com, which sometimes those stories are right on the money and sometimes they're not. But this sounds like it could possibly be something to take an interest in, because it says the Pope, who is supposed to resign on the 28th, basically is seeking immunity from prosecution. The government of Italy has supposedly got a mandate from the people at one time or another where they could not grant immunity for certain crimes. And according to M from Canada 1, this all has to do with, of course, the child abuse for the Catholic Church, and supposedly the Pope granting, trying to keep the cardinals and all the priests or whatever priests were involved out of the limelight. So that's going to prove to be rather interesting how it's coming when they come out. You wouldn't have thought the Pope would have resigned, though, if that was a possibility, because then that would have opened him up for any kind of prosecution, I would suspect, unless he can obtain it before the actual resignation date. Who knows? He may even stay on. Okay, what else have we got here? Rand Paul threatens to block Brennan's nomination in their continued efforts to bring down President Obama and stagnate this country. The Republicans again threaten roadblocks in order to propagate their own interest in the big corporate monolith people that they represent. There will come a time when this party will meet the way of the Whigs and the other parties that have gone into the dust of the past. They don't listen to the people. They've been taken over by neocons, right-wing super conservatives, whose only interest is maintaining their own status quo, and which is that of the elitists versus the rest of us. The drone aircrafts. The drone aircraft carriers could change the face of war. You know, that's the problem, changing the face of war. People today have made it a game. It's like a video game to everybody in the United States. I mean, they've been conditioned with video games as kids, as they're growing up, on TV, the shows on television, all computerized. But the bottom line, it's not a game. People get killed, hurt, maimed for life. And this has been conditioning the military-industrial complex through the corporate monolith has been on a steady course of desensitizing the American public of what's happening. And now they're talking about drone aircraft carriers. Change the face of war. Its face of war has been changed. It's not a game. In fact, war should be realized for what it is, killing and maiming people. And in most cases, it's strictly for greed. The American empire, through the auspices of corporate monolith, when it runs out of resources, we goes to some other country through some false flag operation and take them. That's what's happened in the past over and over again. It's been repeated and repeated. 9/11 was a prime example of recent past. Americans need to wake up. This needs to be stopped. War should be dreaded. It should be the ultimate last resort. But today, it's the first resort. Now they're talking about us. Israel is trying its darndest to have us invade Iran, get involved over there. Israel is the grand manipulator. Look up the attack on the Liberty. That's a USS ship back in the Six-Day War era. It was a electronics eavesdropping ship with American colors on it. The Israeli Air Force attacked it in the hopes of sinking it. They killed over 100 and some odd U.S. Navy men. There were survivors to tell the story. Let the word go forth. Israel is the grand manipulator. Much in the same way that the United States has become the king of the false flag operations. Lyndon Johnson didn't want that ship left not sunk. Is it Lyndon Johnson? Yeah, I think it was Lyndon. Yeah. He wanted it sunk for an excuse for the United States to go into that arena of war. He wasn't satisfied with the false flag Bay of Tonkin attack, which was a total fabrication. All of this has been proven by released documents through the Freedom of Information Act, if anybody ever wants to look that stuff up. Of course, Hagel was blocked by the Republicans because, you know what? Hagel doesn't think war should be the first resort. It should be the last resort. Here's a man that actually served in the armed forces during wartime in the front lines. What better man could you have asked for somebody who's been there and knows what happens? But to the Republicans, he's not a corporate follower. He's not a military-industrial complex stooge. So they're trying their darndest not to get him approved. Pink Saffarette, she's been putting up some interesting stuff concerning flashing beams that she has discovered while using Google Earth. I have not checked this out myself, but I find it interesting, and also wonder, is it just something to the server for Google Earth, or some problem with their software, or if there's actually something down there doing it. I don't believe there's any live video of Earth. I think they're all pictures, but I may be mistaken. Coast to Coast Radio AM, that's Cash. They have their own website, of course, and they've been on for years. George Norrie, it's a good place to get some other not so run-of-the-mill news from. So basically, that's about it for this Saturday in beautiful downtown Homosassa Springs, Florida. We are contemplating going on Blog Talk Radio maybe tomorrow. We'll get a video out there. We've tried to actually get this set up multicast, but in all probability, we would have to do that with a couple of computers because unless I got some more RAM for this computer, it doesn't have enough guts to run everything at the same time. In fact, it's telling me I'm up to 80% CPU usage right now. But we like that capability so that people could call in. But actually, we've also thought of another outlet. I'm not sure if the computer will handle it, but using this form from Livestream, we thought about setting up a Skype contact. I don't know if you can call several people on Skype, but at least one or two. And you all could just call us up on Skype and be on here the video with us. So we're exploring, we're finding ways to get together with people who like to talk and think. And the big emphasis is on think. So look forward to us again and for more updates so that if we get the Skype thing going, you'll be able to contact us. We have a Facebook page. You can hook up with us there. Let's see if I've got it on here now. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. There it is. It's Ion Citrus. And be sure to check us out, look us up, and make contact with us so we can definitely get together on Skype, say what needs to be said, and get things going. Wake up the public. Whatever happens, the truth must always prevail. This is a lone wolf signing off for Ion Citrus Radio, an adjunct of IonCitrus.com.